I can't go and raise capital for that deal because my deals that I have right now are not performing. And we're seeing a lot of that in the market right now. So a lot of these deals that are hitting the market, there's less buyers. And when there's less buyers, it's supply and demand. There's less demand for the asset and prices are dropping.
And how are you seeing the market change? How are you seeing the economy change? Are you getting tail off in buy prices now? Are you finding units harder to rent?
We have been able to close on 300 units in the last year, and for us, an excellent market for us to buy because you have these mom and pop sellers. They weren't selling a year or two ago. They weren't afraid of the market. They weren't afraid of the economy. They weren't afraid of all these wars going on. And now if you have this motivated seller in real estate, which is what you need, if the seller's not motivated, you're not going to make a deal. And for us, we're seeing the motivation come back to these sellers. If they have to sell, great. And the other thing that I've seen is brokers are calling us back. We're actually having real estate brokers call back. They're actually asking us to put in offers. Whereas a year ago or 2 years ago, there was no motivation. There was so much money out there and there's still euphoria in the market. Rates were still low. There was still a lot of people getting into these deals. And one reason why there's less people getting into deals today is if I'm running a property right now and I'm in distress and I have investors and there's a deal that comes out, I can't go and raise capital for that deal because my deals that I have right now are not performing. And we're seeing a lot of that in the market right now. So a lot of these deals that are hitting the market, there's less buyers. And when there's less buyers, it's supply and demand. There's less demand for the asset and prices are dropping.
But you're not scared about the future. You're buying for the long term. You're locking in long term finance, and you're happy to ride out any storm.
I made those mistakes in '08. Remember, we had discussed it. The mistakes that we're making now, for anybody on this call, the market is a cycle. There's 4 cycles in a real estate market. There's, recovery, expansion, hyper supply, and recession. It's a buyer's market and then a seller's market. When I got into it back in 2011, I realized it was a buyer's market. And then the seller's market started expanding in 2017, 18, 19, 20. And now we're entering a buyer's market again. It's just driven by interest rates as well, and driven by the economy. So I don't want to say I'm scared or not. There's always the fear that, your portfolio may take a hit. There's always a fear that, the economy loses jobs because our multifamily is based on jobs and based on the economy. Fortunately for us in Tennessee, we've got people moving to that market. So, if you're going to get into real estate and multifamily, it is market specific. It is market dependent. If you're in a great location where jobs are coming, where people have, where people are moving to, that's what's really helped us in our market. We've got people moving from California to Tennessee. That's never happened in the history of the United States. No one's left California to come to Tennessee. But over the last 3 or 4 years, it's happened a lot because California is becoming untenable. Whether it's the political environment, whether it's the economic environment, they can come to Tennessee and cut their bills in half. Why wouldn't you do that? Other than California is an amazing place to live. It's beautiful, but it's becoming untenable for a lot of people. And I think the market has really helped us. And for us, just executing the business plan and looking at it from that perspective and not outgrowing our infrastructure, not going and buying deals just to buy deals, but really focusing on the operations is what I think is going to pull us through any down cycle.